Okay, so if you're having an issue with your 2015 Mustang, I don't think it matters if it's a GT or a V6 or an EcoBoost. If you're having an issue with the acceleration, where you go to accelerate and it just stops, not necessarily engine dies or anything like that, but you don't accelerate. It's like taking your foot off the gas. Go to accelerate, get up to around 2,000 RPMs, maybe more, maybe less, and then boom, the engine just doesn't die, but it doesn't keep accelerating. If you're having an issue with that, you may think, like I did, that it's your throttle body, or maybe the throttle position sensor, or maybe you're thinking it's your fuel pump or coil packs or whatever. First thing you should check, look in the footwell, which you won't see here, but look down in the footwell of the driver's side, and if you see what looks like a little clear pieces of a button, then what your problem is that the brake sensor, there's a little pad, it's called the brake stop pad, has fallen off. Another thing that'll tell you that that's the case is that your brake lights will stay on no matter what you do. You go get out of the car, you lock it, and the brake lights stay on because the car thinks that you are pushing the brakes. And that is why you won't be able to accelerate. You'll go to accelerate, and the car is going to think that you're pushing the brakes, and it's going to override it. Now, real quick, I'm going to crawl underneath there. I got a temporary fix installed. Temporary fix. Where are they? I put it. These. I went down. I got these at O'Reilly's. It's Dorman, part number 961-075D. There's these, they are push rivets. And I took the pin that goes in, I've taken that out. I'm using just the rivet part. I'll show you that here in a sec. And then I'll show you what should be a permanent fix. I have to crawl underneath here. Give me a second. So, it's really tight and tight spaces. So you'll see, well here, if you look over here, this is the clutch. The part that is falling out of your brake pedal assembly is exactly like this. And you see on the clutch, there's two. There's one here, and then there's one all the way up here. These apparently get brittle over time and fall out. So if you look at the brake pedal assembly, I've put one of those push rivets in. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm not sure if it's focused. Ugh. Jeez, it's so tight underneath there. But, so right here is that push pin, and it takes up just enough space to actuate this little sensor, this switch. So when you push in the brakes, it tells, hey, he's pushing the brakes. The brakes are on, and it tells the brake lights to come on. It tells the car that your brakes are on. That little pad falls out. It's not enough. There's nothing there to push back against the switch. And to demonstrate how this works, I can show you on the clutch pedal. So you've got the pad here. I'm going to push the clutch in, and then you're going to hear the fuel pump prime and the car start to come to life. So I'll be real quiet so you can hear it. I'm not sure if you got to hear that, but the fuel pump comes on. I don't know if this pad falls off, you might have the same issue. The problem is that Ford, I don't know about these pads here, but they're basically the same pad that is missing from here. Ford doesn't make those parts available for some reason. You'd have to go and get this entire brake assembly to get that little part, or do this, depending on how you look at it, it's a temporary or permanent fix. I don't really like that. So what I did, apparently this part is also used on Toyotas. So for a Toyota, it's black, which it might be a better material. It might actually last longer than those clear looking ones. And here's the, I don't know what's the part number on here. So you could take this information. It says cushion, so I'm assuming that's the part number up there. 90541-06036. But you can also just look it up. It's this pad, like it says here, cushion. It's a Toyota part, but we're going to see if it fits in the Mustang. It should. It looks similar, and from all the information I've been able to find on the forums, it's compatible. This one is for, I'll put the link in the description. I got it off of eBay. I think it's for a Toyota Tacoma. I think it was from 99 to 2003, but don't quote me on that. I'll put the link in the description. But basically, and I'll also try to compile, there's a list of all the Toyotas that use this little pad and what it's compatible. There's a bunch of Lexuses, a couple of Scions, and a ton of like Corollas and other Toyotas that use this pad. So you can always search for any number one of those vehicles, and all kind of have the same year, like 99 through 2003. So it seems like it'd be a common part used throughout Toyota through those manufacturer years. So it's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to start the car, and then we'll have to pop out that old part and put in this new part. So let's try this. I may have to put the phone down. So first thing first, you have to start the car because you have to push the brake pedal in far enough to get room in there to put the little pad in. And without the engine running, every time you push down the brake pedal, it's just going to build up pressure in the brake lines, and then you won't be able to actually push it down any further. So also, this is a manual. I don't think it matters. If you have an automatic and this was to happen, I think you'd have the same issues, but I don't know for sure. But this would be the first thing you should check if you're having issues with your throttle, with your acceleration, like I mentioned in the beginning. So we'll start this up. It's cold start, so it's kind of loud, so I'll let it die down a bit. I'll close the door. This is going to be really tricky to do this. So like I said, I'll probably put the phone down, then do it, and then come back up, get the phone, and then show you that it's installed, and we'll see if it works. It should. It's definitely thicker. The pad part is definitely thicker than what I have in there, so it should easily work. The main question is, will the diameter of the plug end of this, is it going to be too thick to fit in there? I don't think it is. It looks almost exactly like the other pads, but it's just a different material. So there we go. I'm going to put it down. Sorry I can't film this. Here you get to I'll see if I can set up the camera so you can see me crawl underneath the dash. Probably knock it over. But here we go. I'm taking the pad out. Here's a better view of the pad out of the package. I think the tricky part's going to be getting that temporary fix out. And you might be asking, well, hey, why don't you just leave the temporary fix in there? That doesn't make me feel confident that that could fall out or something. It's just not, it doesn't make me feel good. So there we go. Still hard. Look out.
this out. Let's see. Oh, that's not easy. Oh, man. There's no room underneath here. Oh, you know what? I remembered. You could twist the switch clockwise and it'll pop out. That gives you more room. Oh no. Damn it. No, you gotta pinch and turn. This is great for your back. Oh, what the hell? Fucking break this thing. There. Alright, so the switch is out. Right. I'll be back. I need a screwdriver. Right. You need the screwdriver because once you get the pad in the hole, you need to use the screwdriver to push it in. Because you can't hold it with the needle nose pliers and push it in at the same time. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah. So... Nice. So this is probably all gonna be fucked up. All right, so you think I took the switch out, and then you can see, I don't know if you see? There's literally no freaking room underneath here. So there's the pad, popped right in. Now I'm gonna put the switch back in place. Boom. That's done. Pad's in place. Let's go make sure the brake lights are off. That's it. All right, and here's the other piece, this temporary fix. Like I said, that'll get you through. You probably go to your local Toyota dealership, you might be able to get the part. I got it off eBay, and like I said, I'll put a link in the description. That's it. It made it look a lot harder than it is. You just need a pair of needle nose pliers. You get that basically gonna hold the pad with the pliers. After you pop the switch out, you gotta push those two little well, you saw me put it back in. It's basically the same reverse. You squeeze the two little clamps on the side, top and bottom of the brake pedal switch, and then you turn it, what is it? It's hard to tell, it was upside down. You turn it. So you would get in there, push this, and you turn it clockwise. Yeah, you turn it clockwise, so towards the passenger seat. All right. All right. And then once you get it in the hole, to push it home, you use a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. You just push it all the way in. Okay. All right. Hope that helps. Hit the like button if you like the video. And if you got any questions, I'll try to answer them.